we're really revealing the 3-step secret formula to get $250,000 in business credit in less than 6 months. Look, this is the formula that I've used to help over 50,000 entrepreneurs successfully build business credit. And I'm going to reveal to you right now, you're going to leave this training knowing exactly the steps to take to be able to go from having no business credit, bad business credit, or not even knowing what business credit is, to understanding what business credit is and being able to use it to get $250,000 or more in funding for your business in less than 6 months. So look, today I'm going to teach you this formula, which is proven. I'm not just some overnight guru that just thought this up or tried it for myself. This is something that we've used to help over 50,000 entrepreneurs build business credit. And this formula is used to do two things. First of all, get you unlimited access to business credit. Business credit is the only form of money that exists where there's no cap to how much you can get. Like if you get a loan, you have a loan amount. If you have a credit card or a credit line, then there's a limit, right? But business credit, there is no limit. It's limitless. You can get as much money as you're actually applying for. And I'm going to show you today how to do it because you have to have the formula in order to succeed. And then in doing so, if you're following this formula, I'm going to show you how to get your first $250,000 in less than 6 months with none of the barriers that have prevented you from getting other kinds of capital. So let's starting there. Look, maybe you've tried to build business credit before, get loans, get funding to grow your business, and more than likely you haven't succeeded or you wouldn't be here if you were able to get the money at will that you want to get. So if you failed before, it's not your fault. It's the first thing I want to address here today. The reality is that lenders will not tell you the reason that you get denied. What I'm going to reveal to you is things that lenders know, but they're not actually going to tell you. It's like the cheat code. And the other part of this is there's all these overnight gurus from TikTok to YouTube to Instagram to everywhere in between that follow some of our stuff. And maybe you've had a little success on their own and they're teaching you what works for them, but that's subjective. It won't work for everybody. So because of all of this bad information out there by these overnight gurus and the no information being provided by lenders, it creates this recipe of really creating an environment where you're kind of prone to fail if you try to build business credit, successfully get the capital you need to succeed. So we're going to break all that down and we're going to get past all of that today. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can overcome those barriers to actually be successful. Now let's talk about this results disclaimer. The FTC would love me to throw this in. Look, you're not going to get $250,000 by just watching this and doing nothing, right? You've got to actually get the credit. You got to follow the steps. You got to get the credit. You got to use the credit. So you ultimately decide how much money you're going to get based on like how much money you're actually applying for. So this formula to be successful, you've got to get the credit. You got to use the credit to get higher and higher limits. And then you have to repeat the process. I'm going to show you how to do all this, but it goes without saying, you're not going to just watch this sit on your couch, take no action and money just fall in your lap. It'd be nice if that could happen. I would be sitting on my couch right now, but that's not really what happens. What really happens is you have to take the actions we're talking about. And then 250,000 isn't even your cap. We have clients that exceed well over that amount in less than 6 months. How much you get depends on the actions that you actually take. So speaking of clients, let's dive in and talk about what happens when you get this right. So this is one of several clients that we'll talk about during the next 90 minutes or so that have gotten over $1 million in business credit. And you might be able to relate to this. She might, her story may be relevant to like what you're going through right now. It's very typical of what we see with a lot of our clients. So this is Christine Farrell, quote, "My husband Brian and I own Field Transportation. We decided to start our business because of the freedom it gives us. We don't have to worry about clocking in and out. We can financially be free and go on an amazing vacation without having to ask for permission. So 2 years ago, we found Credit Suite. We were almost ready to shut down and say enough is enough. We can't do it anymore. Since that day, we've gotten fuel cards, credit with most major retailers, cash credit, $185,000 in auto loans, equipment financing, and credit lines totaling over $1 million in funding. So at first, the money gave us the opportunity to keep our company open. But since then, we've expanded from a 1-truck operation to buying a 50-truck operation, and we've been able to use business credit to open another company as well. We've been able to hire more drivers, pay the bills when it's comfortable for us, and it just gives us more flexibility. Plus, it gives our company a better rating, and that's gotten us more customers. Credit Suite's the real deal. We're so appreciative of all they've done for us." This is typical of what you can get if you execute the formula I'm about to show you. And what I mean by that is somebody that was given ready to give up can't get money. I can't even get a basic loan to then going to over $1 million. This is what the formula unlocks when you get it right. And Christine, like a lot of entrepreneurs, go from getting the money to save the business to then expanding, growing the business, and then have so much success, ends up opening one or multiple business using this formula to be able to fund those endeavors as well. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to be able to expect when you're able to come in and be able to successfully execute this formula. Now, that being said, if you have questions and comments, type them in. I will get to them at the end of this training. But a lot of people are going to be here today on the webinar. I'm running live streams on multiple channels. So again, in doing so, I want to make sure I get to everybody's questions. I'm conscientious of your time. So we're going to go through all this together. And then at the end, I'm going to make sure that I have time for questions, comments, and we can run through and talk about your individual scenario and how we can help you. So if we look at some of Christine's results, here's some of her $300,000 approval. Here's a Dell approval for Christine as well. Here's some of her credit reports that show a lot of the items showing up there as well. Here's her rundown of the 24, looks like 30, 33 different accounts that are on our business credit reports at that point. Trucks she bought using business credit, as you can see, all done on business credit. Okay, so yes, all my driver family, keep up the grind, she says, because this is the truck that she bought using business credit as well. Plot of land that she's actually bought to expand the business as well. A look down at the $84,000, $40,000, $20,000, $21,000 worth of accounts that she's got showing on her actual business credit reports. There's another $80,000 on her business credit reports. And here's a truck that she bought. She got $185,000 at Ford without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. So it kind of goes to show what's possible when you get this right. So who's this for? Well, look, if you're a dreamer, a doer, a rebel, a risk taker, a trailblazer, those crazy enough to follow their dreams, this can work for you. It's what funds your ability to be able to actually build the business of your dreams. It works great for startups, for people with credit issues, no collateral, previous denials, doubts about getting approved for capital. It works for you too. Looking for $10,000 to start a business, or if you're looking for millions for expansion. And also, if you want to grow faster and need money to do it, then this is going to work for you. And of course, those who will use the money to help others and make a difference. Look, I'm here because I believe in your ability to build the business of your dreams and to build the business that legitimately helps other people. But there are crazy people out there that want to build business credit just to obtain a bunch of debt that doesn't have to be paid back. This is not for you. This is for people that genuinely are going to use these secrets to actually get the capital you need to grow a business that truly makes a difference. So my goals, very simple. My goals for today are to help you get unlimited access to capital through business credit and get your first $250,000 in funding within 6 months or less, and help you get approved even if you think there's no way you can. As you're going to learn through today, what's nice about business credit is you can get approved for business credit no matter how many times you've been denied, no matter if you have collateral, cash flow, credit. All the things that have prevented you from getting denied for other kind of financing aren't applicable in the business credit world. Okay, for business credit, you're able to get approved even with any of those barriers or all of those barriers in place that are preventing you from getting other funding. And by the way, Mike, thanks for coming in from STL. Appreciate it. Mexican Jake is in the house as well. And no, this is everything I'm going to show you today is without a personal credit check, without a personal guarantee. I'm going to show you how your business can fund itself without needing your personal credit, your guarantee, your personal income, all of those things in order for you to be able to get approved. Okay, so who am I? My name is Ty Crandall. I'm the CEO of Credit Suite. And look, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in financial services for over 20 years. My best-selling book on Business Credit Decoded, was published 11 years ago. That's how long I've been doing this. And I'm featured on Fox, Inc., Entrepreneur, all the major publications, as well as news stations all over the country, because of my expertise in the time that I've been doing this. So I just tell you this, not to brag. I just want you to know I've been doing this a long time, even though I started where you may be right now. This is not some new concept I'm teaching you. This is something that I've learned about and been getting better and improving and mastered over the course of 20 years. So I started probably maybe similar to where you can relate. So the first company I ever owned was a mortgage company. I built it, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, made it successful. Then the mortgage crisis occurred out of left field, like COVID shocked a lot of people. Mortgage crisis shocked a lot of people as well, including those in the mortgage business. And I guaranteed a lot of my business debts, like a lot of business owners do. Now, I started the business because I just wanted to be with my kids. To be honest with you, my parents are such phenomenal parents. But man, they worked all the time. My dad was working on weekends and evenings, sometimes to a point or I wasn't sure if he really wanted to be around us because he was just so busy working all the time. And then as growing up, I said, when I get older, I want to be able to be there for my kids. I want to take them on vacations. I want to go to all their sporting events and leave work early whenever I need to. And so that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to realize that the best way to do that was build a business. So I built this mortgage company, personally guaranteed my debt. Mortgage crisis occurred. I did a type of loans called jumbo loans. Overnight, that went away. I wasn't able to do it. So the business slowly started to die. I started to default on my business debts. My business debts defaults showed on my personal credit report. My credit limits on my personal credit cards went to zero because they saw the business debts defaulting, so they shut down all my credit limits. And to make things worse, the business debtors came and literally cleaned out my bank account. Like 1 minute money was there. The next minute I was negative because I had all these outstanding checks that had bounced because they took all the money that I had in my account and everything that came with that: foreclosure, repossession, almost to the point of bankruptcy. Paid a bankruptcy attorney, filed the paperwork, or did all the paperwork and decided the last minute I was going to try to fight my way through. And so again, I've been there. I went from building a successful business to losing everything as a result of personally guaranteeing my business debts. And that's when I actually got into the consumer credit space. I started helping people legitimately fix their consumer credit. It was the first moment in my life I stopped doing business to make money and started legitimately doing business to help people. And I discovered business credit. Our customers started asking us about business credit because we were so good with fixing consumer credit. And when I discovered what business credit was, I got very frustrated. I discovered that if I would have known what business credit was, I wouldn't have personally guaranteed my debts. I wouldn't have relied on personal credit checks. My business debts wouldn't have reported on my personal credit report. Basically, everything that caused personal financial collapse wouldn't have happened if I just would have known about business credit. And I was raised that you don't complain about a problem unless you're willing to produce a solution. So I started discovering what business credit was in real time. This was well over a decade ago, and started teaching on YouTube. Like, I was the only one on YouTube even talking about this. If you'd search business credit, all you'd see was page after page after page of my stuff. And then started getting into this and learning what business credit was. Used business credit to recover from my near bankruptcy on the personal financial side. Built a successful business that then became a 7-figure business and then an 8-figure business. And as a result of doing so, I finally got like the life that I've always wanted. I travel the world with my kids now. We hunt water parks. That is our thing. So we hunt the world for the best snow skiing and to find the coolest water parks wherever we go. And sometimes that includes hanging out with seals in the Bahamas, or sometimes that includes racing buggies through the actual desert in the middle of Arizona. Sometimes we're like riding down some random beach on horseback. But I've got what I finally wanted, and business credit helped me get there to have the freedom that I want. And yes, I do leave work whenever my kids have an event. Last night was my daughter's first soccer game for her school, and I was there. I cut out at like 3:30 yesterday, and I was there to watch her, as I do for all of my kids' games. So business credit helped me get there, and I hope that it can help you get there as well, and it will, as long as we know the formula and follow the steps. So it took me 12 years to figure this out. I learned the hard way, and I'm here to break down that barrier so it's easier for you. And if you've struggled to get here, you probably struggled for the exact same reasons that I did. Too much bad information out there. People telling you things that you find out to be aren't accurate. You go down the wrong road of trying to get money or build business credit, fail. You get frustrated. You give up. You quit. You try to go get money at the wrong places like your bank, and they turn you down, and you think there's no hope for being able to get money. Those are all the things that I dealt with going from having a successful business, having it fail, and then trying to build a new business with no money and horrible credit. I don't know if you can relate. Been there, right? And so that's not an easy thing. I dealt with a lot of struggles along the way, probably ones you can relate to, and those are the barriers that we have to get past. Now, here's the good news. When you get past them, this is what's on the other side. And this is a really good story from Josh, because his story really encompasses all 3 of these secrets. And I'll talk about his story throughout today's trading, because it really is the epitome of what happens when you get these 3 secrets right. And I think you can relate to this as well. So let me go ahead and read through this. So, quote, one thing that's beautiful about Credit Suite is that you start with baby steps. The first thing we did is get a couple of revolving credit lines and store credit. Then we graduated to gas cards. Then we ended up getting a very nice line of credit at Amazon. And then we worked our way up to getting a very, very nice SBA loan. Thanks to Credit Suite, we were able to really get our business finances in order from what looks good to potential lenders or potential creditors. We became very attractive to lenders. The best options are always available to those that have their credit game locked down, and that's what Credit Suite platform allows you to do. We've been able to make smart investments in staffing, marketing systems, sales systems, product development, all these things before Credit Suite we just really couldn't do. I just don't have to stress out as much because we've got the money in the bank to take advantage of opportunities. I'm not stressed out anymore. I can keep a bank account. There's plenty of cushion in there. And that cushion just honestly makes me a better dad, makes me a better husband because I'm not stressing out. I don't know about you, but I can relate to this. I've been broke in business more than I've had money. And when that happens, I'm thinking about meeting payroll. I'm thinking about the challenges I have. And when I'm with my kids, I'm not present with my kids. I'm somewhere else. And they can come in those moments and ask me a question right face to face. And I literally won't even be present. I'm floating around trying to solve in my head other problems. And then I've been on the other side where I've been able to have access to plenty of capital. And it gives me peace of mind. And I know I'm fine. And I know I don't have to worry about payroll. And I'm able to actually go and legitimately spend time and be present with my family. That's where we all want to be. And when you put these three secrets together that I'm going to show you, this is what can happen. And Josh has talked about all these things going from, hey, like, wasn't able to get what I needed all the way to getting an SBA loan. The other part of Josh's story, as it may be for yours, is Josh was in the PR industry. And then he had the money and he pivoted into something else, which in his world was LinkedIn leads, generating leads for people on LinkedIn, and rapidly built a multiple seven-figure business when he did so. But it took money for him to have the ability to make the adjustments he needed in his business model to achieve that kind of success. And that's what I think for you as well. If you just have access to the money I think you deserve to have, then you can actually pivot, make adjustments, and tweak your business model until it just starts generating mass cash flow. And you're able to get to a point where you have the business that you want and all the peace of mind that comes with it as well. And I've got multiple screens running. So if you see me just kind of peeking over here, I'm just making sure that everybody's okay. So let's talk about the hard way. This is the way you've probably been trying to do it in the past. You go to a bank and you just hope to get approved. You apply for credit cards and you're just praying. You're like, oh, please approve, big approval, big approval. As that little wheel's turning and you're waiting for that decision. Okay, you get lost in these online loan options. You know you need money. You go to look online and there's 1 million plus pages on Google. You have no idea where to start. Or you get turned down and again, but you don't know why. So you don't know what to fix. So the process just keeps continuing. You have really no idea on what it takes to get approved, or you fail to get the money because you just aren't lendable. Lenders won't give you money and you don't understand why. Nobody believes in your ability to succeed. Well, all of these things we're going to get past in 90 minutes. I know it's hard to believe, but we're going to do it. I'm going to talk as fast as I can where it's comprehensible on your end. Okay. And that's just the way that I am. I'm a fast talker, so don't mind me. My mind just works that way. But in 90 minutes, we're going to overcome every single one of these obstacles and get you to a point where you can succeed. So how do we get you there? It's just 3 steps. And these are the 3 steps we're going to cover. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do what's called fundability framework. This is basically what it takes to help make your business fundable. It's what stops these denials. It's what starts getting you automated approvals and having lenders chase you. And by that, I mean, instead of you trying to pursue all these lenders, we want them to send you pre-screened offers. We want you to be their perfect candidate where they just start soliciting you all the time to give you money. So that's the first goal. We want to get you there. Then the second thing we want to do is we want to start building your business credit. We're going to do this using a business credit blueprint. Now, this is the exact same step-by-step formula that every one of the largest publicly owned and privately owned companies accesses for them to get unlimited access to business credit. Look, I can show you credit reports from big companies that have $100 million credit lines. And here's what's crazy. If you look at the growth of their business credit, they follow the exact same steps that we're going to be talking about today as well. So we're going to follow that exact same blueprint to get the same kind of success for our business. And the third thing is we've got to find the fortune in funding. So we've got to use business credit to then access the money, the lending, the funding that we want to be able to get money when we need it. Now, I call this AKA or funding on demand, right? Funding on demand isn't just getting money. It's about getting the money we need when we actually need it. That's what's essential. If we can't get the money we need when we need it, it's no good to us. We can't give it when it's convenient for a lender to give it to us. We have to get it when we need it. Those are the 3 secrets we're going to cover today. And that's how we get to this end goal of $250,000 of business credit 6 months and unlimited business credit through time. So let's talk about secret 1. So here's where I was when I first discovered this. My credit is trashed. Okay, I'm trying to start a new consumer credit bureau business, which by default is very high risk to begin with. It's a high risk industry. So everything is against me. I'm broke. my credit is bad, and I'm in a high risk industry. I mean, it's like I couldn't have picked a worse scenario to try to get money. So I kept trying to discover what business credit was. I was trying to get approved. I kept getting denied. And I didn't understand why. And I ran into this person named Megan Christensen. Now, Megan was the #1 business banker in the country for Wells Fargo Bank. And so I said, Megan, I said, yeah, here's the thing. I had this company and it failed, and I have credit's bad. I have no money, and I'm building business credit. And because my credit's bad, I keep failing. And I told her my story, and she said, that's not why you're actually failing. I said, what do you mean? She goes, you're not getting denied because your credit's bad. You know that, don't you? I said, no, I am getting denied because my credit's bad. She said, no. So let me explain to you what banks don't want you to know, right? And so she continued to tell me this story about fundability that I'd never heard before. And what she said made a lot of sense. So what she said was, look, banks, first thing they look at is just to make sure you are credible. We call this fundability, where we look at all the legitimacy of your business to make sure, like, are you set up the right way? Are you structured the right way? Do you look like a legitimate business? Do you look real and not fraudulent? That's what gets most applications for funding denied. Here's some of the things we looked at. She went through them with me. I said, okay, so I got off. I said, that can't be true. This can't be true. So I went through and I started fixing the things that she said to fix with my fundability. I structured my business where I was legit and really credible. And then I went back to those sources that had denied me, and sure enough, I started to get approvals. And it was shocking to me because I thought it was my personal credit. I thought it was my time in business. I thought it was being in a high risk industry, but none of those were what getting me turned down. I was getting turned down because I didn't understand what a lender wanted for credibility, and I wasn't showing them that. So that's the first step of this secret, is you've got to understand what lenders really want. And what lenders really want is a legitimate, credible business. They would rather lend to somebody that looks like they have 5 to 10 employees and has a potential to do $1 million or more in revenue and is working out of an office with a business phone number and a website and all this stuff than a solo entrepreneur working out of their bedroom that's using a mobile phone and using as their business phone, and your Gmail address is their Gmail. There's two different worlds here. So you have to understand that the first step is you got to understand that lenders want a legitimate, credible business. Everything you put on that application is important to this. Now, we actually have a fundability matrix that has over 120 points that these lenders look at. And I'll talk to you a little bit later how you can actually get that at zero cost as well, so you can see what it is that lenders are actually looking to see. Now, all the experts talk about this. Here's Bankrate. Quote, the number one thing you can do to secure the best loan is to make sure your business looks like a low-risk borrower to lenders, right? They're saying the same thing. They're saying, oh, if you want the best loan, then what you got to do is set your business where it's legitimate to creditors and lenders, right? Entrepreneur calls this credibility currency. If we look at Forbes, they say, hey, why would one industry qualify for way more overall funding than another? Well, lenders consider businesses with some industries to be less risky and more likely to repay their debts. Forbes is talking about one fundability point, your industry. And they're saying, hey, look, just based on this one fundability item in your industry, you could be more or less likely to get money just based on that one factor. So I can pull up quotes all day long from SCORE and from Inc. and from Entrepreneur and from every one of these major financial sources, and they're all going to say the same thing. Lenders really care about the legitimacy and credibility of your business. So the next step, once we understand what they look for, is we got to structure our business the right way. We've got to set up the right kind of entity. We've got to set up our business separate from us with an address and a phone number, give ourselves the overall credibility that lenders look for. And later, I'll even pull a list of all the things that we do for our clients to show you these are all of the fundability things that you should be doing and considering to make your business look legitimate and credible to lenders. And the third thing is you've got to get and control the secret data and credit reports that lenders use. Look, there's a lot of credit reports lenders use you might not even be aware of. Check systems, for example, or LexisNexis, for example. And this is where lenders are really getting their data. So let me give you an example. You may think that you had a judgment or a bankruptcy 20 years ago, and that lenders aren't going to know about it because it's not on your personal credit reports. But LexisNexis shows every public record you've had in your lifetime. If it was 40 years ago, then it will still show on your LexisNexis credit report. You're still going to be held accountable for that, even if it's not on your consumer credit reports. This is the stuff that will get you denied. And by knowing the secret credit reports that they use and being able to update, control those reports, then it eliminates those things. It eliminates these problems you run into with getting denied. So I actually had this happen with an SBA loan where they actually wanted to collateralize my home. They wanted me to pledge my house as collateral. Well, I already lost everything because I personally guaranteed stuff, so I wasn't willing to do that. But what I found was they didn't like a judgment on my LexisNexis credit report. The judgment wasn't even accurate. When I went through the steps to prove to the lender the judgment was not even accurate, they removed the stipulation from the approval. Think about that. They wanted me to give my house as collateral, and I showed them one piece of one document that showed that something on my LexisNexis was inaccurate, and they removed that stipulation. This is the difference between getting approved and denied. It's a difference between being able to have a really long underwriting process and getting things done very quickly. You've got to understand these credit reports. You've got to access them like LexisNexis and check systems to be able that you control them and give lenders the perception they want to see. Paint the picture they want to see. Once I discovered this, I cleaned up my LexisNexis credit report. I was able to get merchant accounts easily. I'm able to get bank accounts easily. I'm able to get loans, SBA loans in less than 2 weeks. The whole world opened up once I realized where they were getting their data from and what they were doing to actually control them. By the way, everybody, thanks for coming. If you have questions, I will get to your questions, but just keep in mind that I got a lot to cover here and a lot of people here on the live stream and in the webinar. So I want to make sure I get to all the information, and then I'm going to stick around at the end and make sure that your questions are answered. So when you get this right, here's what it looks like. Right, here's some of our clients just showing $200,000 in funding there and showing all of their different wallets of credit cards that they're able to get once they actually get this step figured out. It took me a long time to figure this out. I went to a lot of conferences. Okay, I learned a lot of information from a lot of people. The one on the left is FinTech Meetup. This is nothing but lenders. All these are the top lenders in the country. I think Citi is there and Bank of America is there. I literally go into these banking conferences and blend in to be able to figure out what they're really looking for, how their algorithms really work. And this is what it's all kind of broken down for you today. So you don't have to be able to do this kind of investment of time. You just have the information given to you, but there's a lot involved with going through the process of figuring all this out. So I'm not going to read this one to you, but this is a perfect example of what happens when you get this right. The samples went out, tried to get an Amex card, got denied. Tried to also come in and get a loan and got denied. Then they came to us and we fixed one fundability item as a test. Their application data didn't match their Secretary of State. So we updated their Secretary of State record to match. That's all we did. And then they went back and got a no-limit Amex and got approved for the loan they just got denied. Yeah, it's that big of a deal. One fundability change, and that one fundability change was the difference between them getting a denial for Amex and denial for a loan to approval for a loan and no-limit Amex card. Okay, that's why I'm telling you there's no limit to business credit if you do it right, if you get this formula the right way. Okay, and here's another with Herman Dulce. So he says, hey, with Credit Suite, your one-on-one consultant calls you within 24 hours of signing up. They call at least 5 times a week the first 2 weeks. And then after that, even though it's been several years, I still talk with them. My one-on-one consultant still calls me every Wednesday without fail. My favorite line of credit I got using Credit Suite is a $10,000 Amazon card. I use it to purchase things low and sell high in different marketplaces. I was also able to get $40,000 Amex card, and none of my accounts show on my personal credit report. So if I max them out, it doesn't hurt me personally. So I was able to purchase 2 properties in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been a blessing. Herman's very typical of one of our clients. Once he discovers the formula and builds business credit, now he's out executing multiple businesses. He's got a real estate business. He's got a wholesale retail business, and he also has a consumer credit business as well. So he's executing multiple businesses. It just took him getting the capital he needed to do that. So this works for every single industry. I don't care if you're in transportation or real estate or e-commerce or financial services or health and beauty. Every single industry can follow this exact same process to be successful. If you are in any industry, you're able to execute Secret One, set up your business where it's fundable, and then be able to have a significantly easier time getting approvals than what you're experiencing now. And this is what it looks like when you get this right. These are just $20,000 approvals, near perfect scores on business credit reports. Here's people with oh, this is a 350. I even zoomed this in. Look at this. It's crazy. $350,000 in financing, auto financing, without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. Okay, as this guy says, Turo, here I come, right? So he's actually building a rental car business and got $350,000 in financing for autos without a personal guarantee and credit check. So it just goes to show, I'm going to show you 100 of these today. So we've got a lot more approvals to look at, but I just want to show you what happens when you actually get it right. So that's exactly how it works. That's how we make your business more fundable. It's how we stop denials. It's how we get lenders to chase you with pre-approved offers. Now, this brings me to secret two, the business credit blueprint, right? This is how to use the exact same step-by-step blueprint that all the large companies do to get unlimited access to business credit. So once Megan showed me that fundability mattered and it was what was getting me denied, then I started to get some approvals, but I still kept getting denied. And then I tripped on something that today is known as the tier system, which we invented but didn't exist back then. And here's what happened. I went to apply for a Staples credit card. Now, Staples on their application page clearly said, you have to be 3 years time in business and have 1 year in revenue. I had neither of those. So I anticipated getting denied. I applied for Staples. I was denied. I knew I would. I called the underwriter anyway and said, oh, why did you deny me? And I expected to hear, well, your revenue's not high enough, sir, and nor is your time in business. Can't you read is on the application page. But what shocked me was the guy on the phone said something I never expected. He said, he goes, the reason it looks like you're getting denied is you don't have any accounts on your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report. I thought, that's weird. He didn't even mention time in business or revenue. I said, actually, I do have accounts on my Dun & Bradstreet credit report. I said, did you guys look at my DUNS number? And he said, no. I said, well, here's my DUNS number. Run it again. So he said, okay, I'll be right back. He came back on the phone within 2 minutes later. He goes, yep, that's it. He goes, I ran the DUNS. We found your business credit report. He goes, you're now approved. Your card will be in the mail in like 7 to 10 days. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. And I hung up the phone, and it was very shocking to me because even though their application clearly said I needed $1 million in revenue in 3 year time in business, I had neither of those. I was nowhere close, and I still was able to get approved. I think I was less than $100,000 in revenue and still got approved. So I had the same thing with Office Depot. I was running a credit business. I needed all the office credit I could get. I went and applied. I got denied. I called them up. I said, hey, here's the deal. Well, you denied me. Oh, it must be an accident. And they said, no, it's not an accident. We definitely denied you. We denied you because you don't have enough accounts on your business credit reports for us to approve you. And I thought, that's weird. Second place that said there was a time in business and revenue requirement. And then when I called them to ask why they denied me, they didn't mention either one of those. Both sources mentioned the number of accounts on my business credit reports. So at that moment, I started to log and list what was happening. Every source. How many accounts did I have to be able to get actually approved? And I started going through this on my own. Now, today, we had 50,000 business owners go through this, so we have a lot of data. And what's happened is we built literally a tiering system to say, look, if you have no business credit, these creditors will approve you. If you have 3 accounts on your business credit reports, these creditors will approve you. If you have 5 accounts, these will approve you. 8, these will approve you. So we built a tiering system, realizing that if you apply for credit in the right order, you won't get denied ever. But if you apply and get denied, you're applying for credit too early. You're applying for future tiers when you're not to that level yet. And so the result of that is I was able to successfully build business credit, the same as a lot of our clients are figuring that part of it out as well. And here's what's interesting about business credit is that you're going to give failing scores even if you have no credit. Now, in the consumer world, we have to mess up. We have to not pay our bills and have collections and do all these things to get bad credit scores. But in the business world, just the fact that you don't have business credit reports makes you high risk. It gives you failing scores. You see this risk right here, financial stability risk score. This score literally depicts your risk of going out of business, closing your doors, ceasing operations, filing for bankruptcy. The bureaus all call it something different, but it means you're done, toast, forking you. None of them say that, but they all say cease operations, close your doors. This is about as higher risk as you can get. And the reason the person is high risk is they don't have any trade lines. Experian even says this. They don't have trade lines on their credit report. But here's what's crazy about business credit. You can see there's no accounts, zeros across the board. But here's what's crazy about business credit is that you can add one account to that credit report, and now all of a sudden we go from high risk to low risk. All of a sudden, the risk factor isn't the fact that we don't have enough accounts. It's the fact that the accounts aren't old enough. So all of a sudden, we went from high risk to low risk just because we added one account on the business credit reports. Now, let me teach you something else. There's no freaking way credit issuers want you to know. And here it is. It's really interesting. By the way, here's that one account on the business credit report. And I'll tell you later how to get the same account. You can see they went from failing scores to great scores just by adding that one account. So let's take a look, and I want to show you something that's very interesting. As you continue to grow your business credit, your approval amounts continue to increase. And I'm going to show you why. Here's that very first snippet I showed you. What you might not have seen is this little thing here called a credit limit recommendation. So we can see in this case that the credit limit recommendation is $1,000, right? Now, I showed you a second approval, and I said, hey, this person added one account to their business credit report, and they're up to $2,500. That's 2.5 times higher approval amount just because they added one account to their business credit report. Interesting. But check this out. Here's somebody that's got $7,000 worth of recommended credit, and they only have 2 accounts on their business credit reports. Here's somebody that has 3 accounts on their business credit reports, and their credit limit recommendation is $15,600. Here's somebody that's being recommended for $66,000 in funding, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts on their business credit reports. And here's somebody that's being recommended for $724,000, and they have 15 accounts on their business credit reports. Now, in the chat, I'm going to ask you to do something real quick. You tell me, what did you learn from this? What happens to the amount of money that the bureaus recommend you be lent or issued in credit the more accounts you add to your business credit reports? What happens? Go ahead. Type it in the chat if you don't mind. Type it into the chat right now. I want to hear, if you add more accounts to your business credit reports, do the credit bureaus recommend that you be given more money or less money? Go ahead and give me an answer in the chat if you don't mind. Come on, everybody. Why is not everybody jumping into the chat right now giving me an answer? Okay, there we go. Okay, up, increase. Yes, increase. Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying. And thank you very much. More. Spencer saying it. Spencer trying to more. So everybody. So yes. So the point of this is that the more accounts you add to your business credit reports, more money, Mike, I like it. So the more accounts you add to your business credit reports, the higher the recommendation of credit is. Now let me ask you a question. And you type in yes if this is true. Have you ever applied for a credit card, applied for a loan, or applied for a credit card and not gotten as much money as you wanted to get? Were you disappointed by the amount you got approved for? Did you wish that you could have got approved for more money? If you can relate to that, do me a favor and just type in yes in the chat so I can see if I'm hitting the right point, hitting the nerve. Yes. Quentin even comes and says yes, yes, yes. So again, and Wilma said yes. Mike says yes. Okay, so again, the same thing. Spencer just says yes. Quentin and Spencer, I love it. You guys are going crazy in the chat. So do you see the point? The point is that how much you add to your business credit reports determines the amount of money you're going to get on loans, on credit lines, on credit cards. So if you're not getting approvals high enough, it's because you don't have enough accounts in your business credit reports. The more you add, the higher that goes. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get immediate credit. These are called starter vendors. Now, earlier I showed you that person had a shipping account on their credit report. It was the only account they added. Their scores went from bad to good. That was Uline. That was what they added. Uline, Granger are 2 really good sources to start building initial business credit. They'll give you credit when you have none, and they report the credit they give you to the reporting agencies. Look, 90% of credit issuers do not report the credit they give you to the business credit reporting agencies. It's why I have $1, $5, $10 million companies call us all the time and say, oh my gosh, my credit line just got pulled. I just got denied for this loan. I just got denied for this credit line. They say my business credit is bad. We look, they don't have any business credit. That's why they're failing. So you've got to start building initial, and a lot of them think that they do because they have so many people that have issued them credit. Those people that are issuing them credit are not reporting the credit to the reporting agency. So you've got to get credit with people that will approve you if you have none, starter vendors, and people that report the credit to the reporting agencies. Now, Uline and Granger are 2 of my favorite to be able to get that done. Now, once you have some accounts on your business credit reports, let's say 3 to 5, the next thing is you need to look at your credit reports to make sure those are reported before you move on to the next tier of credit. Now, admittingly, this is harder to do. Equifax doesn't even offer business credit reports to the general public right now. Okay, you can go to NAV, and NAV's Equifax data is okay at best. Dun & Bradstreet, they might not even have in a month or so, but it's still your best option. Our clients use what's called Bureau Insights. They actually use real lender credit reports so they can see what lenders see. Look, it doesn't matter if you're a client using real lender reports or you're going and actually looking at NAV or going to the bureaus direct. You've got to get your credit reports because you have to see the accounts that you just got approved for put on your business credit reports to move to the next tier. And when you do see those report, now you can start moving on to get all the other tiers of credit. Credit at every major retailer, from United Rentals to Home Depot to Lowe's to Staples, Office Depot, Best Buy, Sam's Club, Costco, Apple, HP, Dell. You get the idea. Macy's, Nordstrom offers business credit without a personal guarantee and credit check. So I just tell you that because almost every major retailer in the country does. If they're a big retailer, they offer a corporate credit card in almost all cases. Then we've got fleet credit for almost every major fuel station in the country for repair of vehicles, maintenance of vehicles, fuel of vehicles. Then we get into auto financing, and we can even get a Universal card, a Visa card, a MasterCard, American Express. Those come and go. Sometimes like Sam's Club MasterCard exists. Then it goes away. Then KeyBank has one. They kind of come and go on the universal credit, but it opens up universal credit. It opens up auto financing. We saw somebody that had 185,000 approved it at auto financing. Somebody had 350,000 at auto financing, launching a Turo business. So all of that opens up the more credit that you put on those business credit reports. And you're also approved for higher and higher and higher tiers, or higher and higher approval amounts as well. So all of this becomes available as you continue to build business credit. So now you get rid of taking years to get approvals. You get rid of applying and getting denied. You get rid of making a little bit of progress and then getting more denials and then trying to guess who's going to approve you and then getting it wrong and getting it denied again and getting frustrated and quitting. This is the process that most people go through when they don't know what I'm teaching you right now. And so we eliminate all of that with the business credit blueprint, because it's about applying for the right credit in the right order to actually get approved, right? There's a new way, a better way. And I'll even show you how our clients do this later using a system we call fundability to step-by-step progress through the actual process of building business credit. Now, here's one of our clients, Kylan. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but I'll tell you, hey, I believe the Business Finance Suite is the best step-by-step paint-by-number system securing anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 in business credit that reports on your business credit report and helps you separate your personal and business credit. And then Kylan, again, likes the coaches. Everybody talks about the coaches because the coaches are like what helps you through the process, right? Kylan was a gym teacher. Kylan built $250,000 very quickly in business credit, got out of the actual gym business, the school business, and started a financial services company. Last time I checked in with them, he surpassed $1 million, I think his first year plus in business, and was continuing to build multiples of millions of dollars in his business, going from a gym teacher. So it doesn't matter what you do now, this will work for you if you follow the formula. So here's what it looks like. Here's an American Express approval. Here's somebody else. Was approved for a 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe through Ally. No personal guarantee, no money down. All they asked for was a driver's license because she had her business credit established. Here's another approval for $10,000, $15,000 approval. These are universal credit approvals here. Here's another one for $12,000. Sunbelt Rentals for $10,000. So again, we'll look at 100 of these approvals today, but I just want to give you an idea of what's possible with business credit. And again, it works for you no matter what industry you're in. There are no industry restrictions with business credit. It doesn't matter if you're a for-profit. It doesn't matter if you're a nonprofit. It doesn't matter. Anybody that owns a business in the United States can follow the exact same steps to be able to get similar results as well. You can see these applications don't even ask for social security numbers. They're not asking for personal guarantees either. They're just asking for basic business info because they're looking at your business credit reports. And here's somebody else that say, I walked into Sam's Club, applied and got approved for $10K. No documents shown or anything. Got approved for my first vehicle as well last month. I got approved with Ally. No personal guarantee or money down. 2022 Ford Explorer XLT. Then got the finance manager as a new client. Whoop, whoop. She's a partner with us selling business credit. Not only did she get all this done, she actually said, the finance manager said, I've never seen this before. And literally he became her client as well, right? So a lot of wins here. Okay, and we look at more approvals, $20,000 no PG with American Express, $9,000 with American Express. Here's a $50,000 line of credit with Pilot Flying J, $12,500 with Apple. Here's a bunch of credit cards, Navy Federal Credit Union and BP, Office Depot, amongst others. So what do you think? You starting to get the gist of why business credit's awesome? If so, type in the chat. Do you think business credit is awesome? If so, give me a shout out. I just want to hear how many people this is resonating for. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, are the credit cards PG or no PG? These has no personal guarantee. Look, anybody with good personal credit can go out and get a credit card, Okay, anybody. So you don't need me to sit here and teach you how to do that. If you have good personal credit, you want to go get a credit card, go get it, right? But I'm talking about how to get credit cards, unlimited amount of credit cards without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check. That's what differentiates real business credit from any other kind of credit that you're going to get. Mike's in there too. Always love that Mike, and I love that Quentin's in there and Spencer's in there as well. And that brings me to secret number 3. So we've now set up the fundability where we look credible. We've now built that business credit. Now it's time to get funding, right? And I call this funding fortunes. It's basically how to get the funding you want when you want it, aka funding on demand. So this is what happened in my world. Even though I started to build business credit and started to get success, I still needed money. I needed like loans. I needed credit lines. And again, starting with a business that wasn't generating much money and horrible personal credit was hard to do. So at that point, we started to help our clients go through this process and succeed. Now I've opened up a part of our division, opening up business credit. And we started to help our clients improve fundability, started to help them build business credit, but they needed more money as well. So I brought in my buddy Dex, and Dex was one of my account executives in the mortgage industry. I said, man, there's got to be a lot of money out there for people like me that, can't get normal bank loans. And Dex went to work and started finding every legitimate funding source out there. And all of a sudden, I started to get approved. They started to get approved. I got my first loan because my business was set up, was fundable. I started to build my business credit. And now I was able to find money based on my strengths. See, look, the problem with going into your bank to get money is they want you to have exceptional personal and business credit. They want you to have collateral equal to the amount you're borrowing. And they also want you to have years of tax returns. You might not have that. I didn't have all 3. So I couldn't get money from my own bank. But here's what's interesting is that I was able to get money from all different types of alternative lenders. I just didn't know about them at the time. So once we found these alternative lenders, we realized that people in nearly any situation that had one of these strengths, cash flow, credit, or collateral, were able to get money. So we devised this system called the 3 C's. Cash acquisition formula. If you have one of these and you don't have the others, you're still typically able to get approved for financing. If you have cash flow, but you don't have credit or collateral, you're good. If you have good credit or a good credit guarantor, but you don't have cash flow or collateral, you're good. So the key is to have one of these, even if you use collateral or credit of somebody else, then you're able to get approved. So you got to determine what your business strength is. The next is you got to find the right lending program for you. If you have revenue, and bad credit, you don't want to go look at a program that's driven by good credit. If you have good credit but no revenue, you don't want to go look at financing that's based on you having consistent revenue. You have to look at your strength and then figure out which category is the best category of funding to go get and find the right funding program for you. Now, we actually have finance specialists that help our clients through this process to simplify it. But if you're doing this on your own, that's what you want to do. What is your strength? Cash flow, credit, or collateral? Which is the best lending program for you? And next, which is the best lender for you? And this is called our funding qualification matrix. And again, I will tell you later how to get this thing at absolutely no cost. So you got to find the right lender, because some lenders don't like your industry. Some lenders don't like your time in business. Some lenders don't lend to you if you have bad or good or bad credit, even if you do have revenue. So you got to find the right lender. But once you know your strength and find the right type of funding, the right funding category per se, then you're able to find the right lender. Then you're able to get approved. Here's one of our clients that got $55,000, Zakia. And again, she was a brand new business. So I don't know how much you see that. How many people get 0% credit lines for 55 grand in their business name that report on the business credit reports in a brand new startup business? That's what happens when you get this secret correctly, is you start unlocking loans, you start unlocking credit lines. And here's one of our clients, Sam, and I won't read this to you, but Sam basically bought a martial arts studio from his instructor, and he did this with him and his partner, Lonnie. Their goal was to open a second location in 18 months, and we showed them how to use this formula to get funding to be able to get enough money to open a third location in 18 months. They wanted to double within 18 months. We helped them triple within 18 months. And by the way, I was hanging out with Sam and Lonnie 2 weeks ago in Arizona. They're now working on their 5th location and also working on franchising their business as well. They launched an entire e-commerce business, and they're so appreciative of what we helped them do to get the funding that they give me all kinds of Dragon Gym gear. You don't see me on webinars wearing it, but if you see me on the streets, you'll see my son and I rocking Dragon Gym gear. These guys load me up with Dragon Gym gear all the time because they're so happy with their and appreciative of what this was able to do for them. Think about it. One location that had been open for 30 years. These guys have had it for a matter of less than 5 and are working on their 5th location. It's what happens when you have access to capital to grow. Another one of our clients, Dr. Brandon, was able to come in and he was trying to pay off a $417,000 tax lien. And we got denied at his bank. He had bad credit. But we were able to get him $1.5 million in funding. He doubled his practice. He kept his practice open, opened another location, ran for public office, amongst doing many other things, all because he was able to get these 3 C's put together and unlock funding. We call what we did for him funding stacking, another thing that Credit Suite invented, because we get people so many approvals that we stack the different types of funding that they get approved for. So they're oftentimes coming in and going from getting denied everywhere to getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of funding actually approved. And Andrew says, mo money. I love that. Okay. And Lucas says, hey, no PG is great, but can I only spend it on Uline? Well, as I've mentioned so far, every type of credit becomes available without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. So if you think about a retailer in this country, a fuel station, they all offer, almost all of them offer this kind of credit without a personal guarantee credit check, as well as universal credit, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, even auto financing all fits into this category. So again, business credit building used to be hard. It's not anymore, right? And here's somebody that's saying, hey, here's a $42,000 approval. Here's another $15,000 approval. And he says, hey, thanks, Ty and the Credit Suite team, showing this business credit strategies to obtain over $100,000 in access to credit in 5 days with 3 different businesses. Once you unlock the formula, it's not hard. It's just a matter of unlocking all 3 of these secrets together. And that's why I have hundreds of these case studies of results, of testimonials, because when you put these 3 secrets together, that's what really helps you become successful. You build that fundability framework where you're able to stop denials, get automated approvals, get these pre-screened offers, lenders chasing you. You're able to follow the step-by-step blueprint that to build business credit that all the large companies are following. And you're also able to find the fortune in funding because you're able to tap into all of these different financing sources that will focus on your strengths and let business credit in large part lead the way to you actually being successful. So that being said, I want to ask everybody a question. What I went through today can be a little overwhelming. So if you don't mind, I just want to ask for your permission. Would you like me showing like a faster, easier path for you to be able to get all 3 of these things accomplished? So would you like to know like how you can get my help to actually accomplish these 3 things so you can actually be successful? Lucas says yes. Angel says yes, please. Okay, so I love that. And I've got more people. Yes, 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 coming in on both chat and webinar. All right, I want to be conscientious of your time. So I just wanted to make sure that it was okay if I actually walk through this with you. So first of all, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can go out and take what I've shown you and work on this on your own. Or the second thing is we can actually help you through the process of succeeding through a system that we call fundability. This is a software we put literally millions of dollars into that walks you through these 3 stages and these 3 steps, and also gives you the help of actual coaches that help you through the process. It's part of the reason that you'll see all these hundreds and hundreds of reviews that are 5-star reviews here on, for example, this is, I think, So Tell Us. You can see 320 reviews when I took the snapshot, way more beyond this as well, right? And these aren't just 5 stars. They're all giving very in-depth comments about all the money they were able to get using these secrets. And again, I can go on and on because there's a lot of testimonials out in the space about what we do. But the reason we're successful is because the fundability system is the only place that you get all 3 of these secrets in one place. We get that fundability framework. We get the business credit blueprint. We get the finance fortunes as well. And when you put them together, so people are asking, what can you get without no guarantee and credit check? This is what you get. Here's a Sam's Club for 10 grand. These are Chase Inc. and Navy Federal Credit Union, Amex. All of these you're able to see without a personal guarantee or credit check. Here's another $25,000 Navy Federal Credit Union, a $10,000 Dell account. This is one person. This is one post. Or actually, this is 2 posts, 2 people. I'm not even going to read all these to you, but I mean, you can see here's 1 approval, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, like 10 or 15 approvals right here. This person at least numbered them for us to see. And we got 28 different approvals here following the system. So when you unlock these secrets, what happens is the approvals just start rolling in because you literally have met the qualification lenders want you to meet. You become the person they want to give money to. And here's one of our clients, Marlon, quote, I was looking for a fast way to get money to grow my consumer credit business. After failing to get approved for loans with several banks, I discovered Credit Suite. After getting initial vendor accounts, I continue applying, getting all types of credit. Now have over 100 business credit cards in my wallets, totaling over $1 million in available credit. I have fleet credit that I use for auto repairs and fuel. I have cash credit for most major banks, including Bank of America and Wells Fargo. I secured almost all this credit without a personal credit check and without a personal guarantee. And I've been able to get loans with many sources since, including PayPal and Cabbage, with low rates and loan amounts over $100,000. So again, one more example of what happens when you put this to work of somebody that secured over $1 million with this. $24,000 approval, $22,000 approval, $15,000 approval, $10,000, $50,000 with Air American Express. So it gives you an idea of what's actually possible. Now, this works for all industries. So if you say, well, this worked for me. Well, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, it will work for you. It works for for-profit and nonprofit companies. It works for non-resident owners. What I mean is, even if you don't live in the United States, but you own a business here, it works for you. It works for brand new startup businesses that have no revenue. It works for entrepreneurs that have challenged credit. It works if you don't have collateral. It works if you've previously been denied. It even works if you're looking to buy a brand new business as well. In any of these scenarios, you're able to execute these three secrets and still able to come in and be hyper successful with being able to get the money you need to grow. So look, if you don't think it's going to work for you, don't worry. We show you how any business in any industry can actually succeed, right? Business credit is actually the only solution that can really get you capital if you don't have cash flow, if you don't have credit, if you don't have collateral. It still unlocks unlimited amount of money for you to be able to get. So when you do work with Credit Suite, let me actually give you an idea of what you get with the fundability system. The first thing is called the fundability framework. It's what we just covered. Now, earlier I talked to you about I would show you all the things that we help clients do to improve their fundability. This is it. You're getting 24/7 access to the fundability system. We're helping you choose a name that is not in a high-risk industry, set up your entity the way that lenders want it, getting your EIN number as lenders want it to be, helping you choose the right NIAX code or the right industry code. This is what determines the industry you're in, that lenders look to see if you're in a high-risk industry or not. Okay, the right address set up, the right way to set up your phone number, the way to set up get all the preferred directories lenders want to see you listed in. Helping set up your website with the 5 essential points that lenders want to see. If you want a website set up, we've actually got a company that'll give you the full CRM website, everything for $97. It's like $97 a month. You get the CRM, the calendar, the scheduler, the website, everything. So if you need help there, we can even refer you there as well. Helping you set up your email address where it meets lenders' criteria. Get the licensing that lenders want to see. Make sure you're in lender compliance. Getting your bank account set up the right way, getting your bank credit scores set up where you're lendable, and getting even your merchant account set up the right way, because even the fact that you accept Visa and MasterCard improves your fundability. So with the fundability system, all of these things can get done, so it really increases your overall fundability score. And here, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. This is fundability. And fundability actually, and I'll just come in and let me mess this up right now. I'll go in and I'll say, hey, I don't have a phone, update my phone number. I don't have a phone. So let me show you what happens. So with the fundability system is the only place that actually integrates with the same data lenders use. It integrates with the business credit reporting agencies. It integrates with the secret reporting agencies lenders use to basically tell you the likelihood that you are to get approved. So if I come here, I can look at, for example, what lenders look for in my application, what they look for with personal credit, what they look for with business credit, what they look at with financials, for example, what they're actually looking at with my foundation. So every aspect of my business that lenders see, you're actually determined based on a score of how likely you are to get approved. If I come in here, my score is 640, and I see, I clearly have a problem with my phone number. So I'm going to click on this. Yeah, I have a phone number. My phone number is right here, 2487. It's through CallRail. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now if I go back to fundability, you can see my score already went up to 667. So it's really simple to be able to improve the things that lenders are looking for to automatically make yourself more lendable. And that is everything that comes with the fundability framework. So now you're able to get rid of not knowing what lenders are looking for and getting denied and not knowing why and trying to get credit and failing, or not knowing what your NIAX code is and choosing the wrong one and being seen as high risk for the lifetime of your industry, or trying to figure out how to set up a lendable business, or chasing lenders. Now we're getting them to chase us, right? Spending thousands on a credibility website. You don't need to do that. Online congruencies, they get you caught in the fraud trap where lenders think your application's fraud because your information on your application doesn't even match everywhere it's listed online. Not being able to accept credit cards. All of that is solved just in this fundability framework itself, and it saves you time and money. And again, improving fundabilities work for every type of business. It doesn't matter what industry that you're in. Now, that's not enough. We can't just improve your fundability. We've got to help you build business credit. And that's when we come in with this business credit building blueprint. We're helping you get set up with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian. We're helping you get your DUNS number. We're helping you get your BIN number with Experian, your subject number with Equifax. We're helping you dispute and fix any negative items on your business credit reports. You're getting the largest supply of starter vendors, of retail credit, of fleet credit sources, of cash credit, of auto financing, all without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. You're getting advanced vendors that don't report to the reporting agencies, but they'll still approve you based on business credit quality. 2 examples, Apple and Best Buy. I don't know. I like my iPhone. Don't know about you. So being able to buy my iPhones and all my Apple computers that I have, I got a lot of them, okay, I can use my business credit for all of that without a personal guarantee and credit check. That's an example of an advanced vendor. The tiering system we invented, telling you the right credit to apply for in the right order, recommending the accounts you can get approved for, the underwriting guidelines for every source, showing you where every source reports to, the payment terms they offer. That is the business credit blueprint. Now, if you want to see what this actually really looks like, this is what it looks like. So right now, it's all good. If I want to come in, let's say that I want to just go in and I want to build my business credit, right? So I'm able to come in right here and I'm able to see all the accounts that I can get approved for right now. The fundability system pulls the data in and then tells you, here's all the accounts I can get right now. This isn't every account I can choose and then, oh, I applied and I got denied. No. These are the accounts I qualify for right now. So it's already pulling in our business credit report data, user data you're supplying, bureau data. And then it says, here's, based on everything we're looking at, here's all the stuff you're approved for now. It's not a marketplace to choose from. It's actually pre-approving you for all the sources. So you're only ever applying for what you know you're going to get. How smart is that? There's no more denials. You only go for what you know you're going to get approved for. So I'm able to come in here, for example, go to Murphy USA. I'm able to see all of their requirements. I can go here for help. I don't need help. I'm good. I'm able to see what type of term they offer, where they report to. Here's why this is valuable. It usually takes somebody 3 years to build business credit. It takes our clients 4 months. How do we do it in 4 months when somebody else spends 3 years? This is one of the secret sauce. We're only showing you accounts you're going to get approved for. Then we even show you where every account reports to. Here's why. In order to move to the next tier of business credit building, you need a certain number of what are called payment experiences. So a payment experience is the reporting of an account to a reporting agency. Someone asks you a question. I want you to chime in and tell me an answer. So being that this one gives me 3 payment experiences, Equifax, Experian, and DMB, it reports to 3 bureaus, and Uline only reports to Experian and DMB, 2 bureaus, which is more valuable to me? Which helps me build business credit faster, Murphy or Uline? Murphy reports to 3 agencies, Uline reports to 2. If I want to build business credit fast, which one of these would I choose? If you don't mind, in comments, type it in. Would it be Murphy that reports to 3 bureaus, or would it be Uline that reports to 2 bureaus? Murphy, yeah. Murphy, yeah. Exactly. The point of it is that Murphy gives me more payment experiences and it helps me build business credit faster. That's why knowing where they report to is so valuable. I want this. I'm going to get it. Continue. Bam. Yeah, I'm in. Here I go. Apply now. It's that simple. Oh, wait, can it be simpler? Yeah, I think it can actually be simpler. Not my delay on my end, by the way. Murphy, your website stinks. Okay, so we can come here and I can actually go to my company name, click, copy. And then if the Murphy application opened up, by the way, nothing to do with my system. This is Murphy. This is Wex's link that is running so slow. But if their application pulled up, I literally can just click here to copy my address, to copy my company, and then paste it right in the application. So all of a sudden, I'm able to come in here and I'm say, oh, company name, copy. Okay. I come right here and then I say, oh, there's my company name, paste. So it literally is that simple. I can just copy and paste the information to go through and actually apply. I mean, it completely simplifies the entire process of being able to build your business credit. And that is exactly what this business credit blueprint allows you to do. So now you don't have to pay D&B $1,500. You don't have to have failing scores because you don't have any credit. You don't have to apply for a DUNS number and not show up, or get credit and it never reporting, or not finding starter vendors that sell stuff you need. Our starter vendors give you marketing services, legit. They will run your Facebook ads for you and give you a trade line with business credit. They will give you office supplies and gear, like all of your merch. I mean, the stuff you really would want and need, you're able to get even from starter vendors. It gets rid of not being able to get high limit accounts without a personal guarantee. It gets rid of not being able to get auto financing without a personal guarantee, or not knowing the order of accounts to apply for. It gets rid of you getting denied when you actually apply. It gets rid of slowly building business credit. And now all of a sudden we take a 3-year process and condense it to 4 months. And so what's interesting is in business, usually you have to choose from time or money. But with this, you get both. You actually save time because you're condensing a 3-year process to 4 months, but you also save money because it's cheaper to work with us and do it on your own. Credit monitoring alone would cost you thousands of dollars that we help you on, as you'll soon see. So, and again, business credit will also pay for 90% of what you need to buy for your business. Maybe you can't get a loan. Maybe you can't get a credit line. Boo-hoo? No. You can get unlimited amounts of business credit, and that business credit will pay for 90% of what you need to buy. Look at me, for example. My credit was horrible. I had no money. I needed to launch a consumer credit repair business. What did I need? I needed computers. I needed to go live, so I needed lighting. I needed a desk and a chair, right? I needed paper to print dispute letters. I needed printers. 100% of that I was able to use using business credit. Most of what you need to buy, business credit will actually pay for. But let's be honest, it won't pay for everything. And that's where Financing Fortunes comes into it. You see, Funding Fortunes comes into this because it gets you access to every legitimate funding program in one place. Credit Suite is the only company out there that works with over 1,000 lenders in every legitimate funding program that exists. Cash flow financing, startup financing, equipment financing, and leasing, and securities financing, and 401k and IRA financing, e-commerce, inventory, house flipping financing, commercial real estate financing, SBA loans, term loans, lines of credit, blah, 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 blah. One of my buddies owns a credit repair business, which is a very hard industry to fund. He came to me and said, I want one of those revenue lending loans, the one where I get my money fast. And I said, it's expensive money. He said, I know that, but I'm just going to buy this thing and pay it off early. So I need something without a prepayment penalty. I said, that's not what you need. What you need is a line of credit. He said, I'm in credit repair. I can't get a line of credit. I said, yeah, I can get you approved. And I got him approved for a $30,000 line of credit. And he paid 0.5% interest while he had that money outstanding, paid it off. And I checked in with him the other day, 3 years later, and he's still using that line of credit to fund his business, and in a high-risk industry. So again, we focus on every legitimate type of funding that exists. So it gives you the ability not just to get approved, but actually stack approvals and get even more money. So now you get rid of getting denied because of credit issues. Here, I want to actually show you this. This is kind of crazy. It's actually really super cool. So if I come in here into fundability, it tells me every source I match with. I can get trade credit. I can get credit line hybrid. I can get revenue financing. I can get AR financing. It tells me every type of financing I can get. Check this out. It's pretty cool. I can look and see, here's all the factors that are needed for approval, everything I need to know. I can see why I match. I can see factors I could do to strengthen my approval. Pretty cool. But here's what I love most. I love that it tells me why I can't get this. I can't get a term loan. Why? Well, it tells me, well, here's everything you need to know about a term loan. Here's what they're looking for. And here's exactly where you're off. Where am I off? My revenue's not high enough. So now not only can I know easily all of the money I can get, every legitimate funding option that exists, I know all of it that I can get, but I also know what I can't get and know exactly what I need to fix to get it. So it tells me how to unlock more funding as I grow the business. It's like a guide that gives you access to every legitimate type of funding option that's out there for now as you grow the business. So now we're getting rid of getting denied because we're a startup or have credit issues or we don't have collateral. We got funding that'll help you in any of those scenarios. Or trying to find the right loans and credit lines that we can get right now, or trying to find lenders that love our industry, or trying to find lenders that overlook your risk, or trying to find money to start and expand and grow your business, or not being able to get SBA ready to get the best loans, or not getting the money you need when you need it. This is the life you probably reside in right now. It's the life I resided in. And fundability is designed to poof, it goes away. You've got the software, you've got the finance specialist to help you through the life your business actually get the money that you need. So again, we're back to saving time and money. And even if you can't get a loan, you can't get a credit line, it doesn't matter. You're still able to use business credit to fund most of what you need to fund anyways. So fundability, you're getting the fundability foundation module I showed you. We're helping you get set up with the reporting agencies, finding the right starter vendors, accessing your business credit reports, getting pre-qualified for auto financing, high limit accounts without a personal guarantee credit check. All the financing you're able to get right now, it does all of this in one place. Now, I also talked about this. I want you to have access to the fundability matrix as well. Because look, when our clients came through and got access and they still was like, I don't know, I want to have more information about how to get better approvals. So we created this matrix to help our team understand how to actually get people approved for more money. This is like our internal Bible. It's our internal guide to improve somebody's fundability. I want you to see the whole picture, so I'm going to get you access to that as well. So you're not frustrated because you're getting denied and don't know why. And the next thing, you got to see how to build business credit. There's over 200 points to building business credit. Now, fundability simplifies this for you, but you should still know everything that credit issuers look at. So I'm going to give you our internal matrix we use to approve people for business credit as well. So again, you know what's needed to stop getting denied, right? The next thing is I'm going to give you access to the funding matrix. Again, over 200 factors tie in to how to find the right type of funding for your business. Our finance specialists will do a lot of this with you, but I'm a visual guy. I like to see exactly what lenders are really looking at. This is like taking lenders' underwriting guidelines and putting it in a simple format so you can see every factor that a lender looks at for you to approve you. So again, you stop getting denied. So now we're adding in all of these matrices as well. Now, it's not going to work, though, unless you need coaching, unless you have coaching. So one of my buddies, Andrew Bustamante, owns a company called Everyday Spy. He's an ex-CIA agent. This is the man that taught me how to coach, and here's how he did it. He taught me how to shoot a gun. I'm not a shooter. I didn't grow up. My parents didn't have guns. I don't have a stance on guns. This never was really around them. So I went to Andrew's boot camp and he said, I'm going to teach you how to be an avid shooter by the end of the day. And everybody kind of laughed. They're like, dude, Ty doesn't even shoot a gun. I'm like, I don't even know how to hold a gun. And sure enough, by the end of the day, I have video of this on my Facebook page. I'm getting out of vehicles under duress. I'm shooting and hitting targets all around the vehicle. I'm walking and running on a crouch, hitting moving targets on the fly. I've got real gun with plastic bullets. I've got 3 people approach me. One or multiple will pull their weapon, and I'm successfully taking them out without collateral damage of hitting other people, whether it's 1 or 3 of them all. I'm taking them all out before they get me. Right? How do I go from not knowing how to shoot a gun to that proficiency in one freaking day? Well, Andrew taught me this thing, and I shouldn't got to throw up this visual because I just talked to him the other day and got the visual of how CIA hyper learns and how they hyper teach their agents. And we duplicated the exact same process for our clients. And here's how it works. Instead of you making a mistake and then you have some improvement, and then you make a little mistake and just slowly, it's like little like this. Is how you improve. Well, what happens is we remove the mistakes. The fundability system removes the mistakes and puts a coach right beside you. So the minute you mess up, they say, no, don't do that, do this. So now all of a sudden, instead of this little growth like this, you just go whoop. It's why our clients have the success they have. We literally took the CIA's process they used to teach their operatives, and we adopted it and modified it to teach our clients to build business credits. You're getting access to our coaches as well that have helped tens of thousands of business owners successfully through this process. And the next thing is you got to get business credit reporting data. Okay, because the reality is you need to access LexisNexis. You need to access check systems. So we're going to help you get access to those business credit reports. And you're also going to get access to the exact same credit reports that lenders use. Look, there's only two ways you can get these credit reports. One, you're a lender. Two, you're your Credit Suite's client. We're literally not even allowed to sell these to anybody outside of our software. We can't. We used to help NAV credit monitoring. We used to offer to everybody. These are so privileged, we can't even offer them to people that are non-clients. It's our agreement because they're lender reports. These give you the same scores that lenders use. They tell you how they actually come up with the approval amounts, and you can actually see that the amount you're being recommended for credit and financing is increasing as you go. It has all the summary data of all of your accounts, but it also has all the what's called firmographic data. This is the data that calculates into your actual credit scores that you never see on any kind of credit report, let alone NAV reports. Fraud flags, the actual things that will get you turned down. Fraud is the number one reason applications get turned down. You're actually able to see what lenders are seeing that they think is fraud to actually fix that. All of this, your days beyond terms, your information on each individual bureau, your legal filing, your trade filing, all of your tax liens, your judgments, your UCC filings, all of the stuff that lenders see, you actually get access to as well with what we call Bureau Insights. So now you're getting access to Bureau Insights on top of that. And then we're also giving you a finance specialist. There's so much funding we offer that you won't even know what to do. There's so much to choose. So we give you a finance specialist to help you navigate through it. They actually work directly with the lenders. They get your documents to our processing team. They submit it. They follow the money all the way through to put it in your bank account. So they're there to help guide you from the life of your business. So whenever you need money, you never need to look anywhere else. They're there to help you actually get the money. So if you look at that, this is why we make it so easy, right? We combine all of these things into one solution to give you multiple coaches to help you, all with the same goal of helping you get money. So look, if all of it did, only thing this did was set up your business where you're fundable, became more attractive to lenders, and you just got flooded with pre-screened offers and stopped getting denied, like, would it be worth it if it only did that thing, right? Or would it be limited if it only unlocked, would it be worth it if it only unlocked unlimited business credit and gave you the ability at will to go get 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 credit limit accounts, by the way, of which you've seen many, many, many approvals today. You've seen these real approvals that it exists. Or if all it ever did was give you access to every legitimate funding option and a funding specialist to help you get that money, would it be worth it, right? Because not only does it do one of these things, it does all of these things in one. So that gives you a couple choices. One, don't do anything. Like do not take the leap of faith, and you get what you get, right? What the results you've been getting now is what you can continue to get. Or the second thing is invest in yourself. So for a small investment compared to the massive amount of benefit you get, okay, then all of a sudden you give it a shot and you start getting the same results that we've helped 50,000 entrepreneurs get. It's why we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials online and hundreds of results online as well, right? What if you only got 50 grand or 100 grand from Fundability? I don't know. What would that mean for your business? You saw case study after case study today where somebody got 100 grand, somebody got 200 grand, somebody got $500,000, somebody got $1 million, right? Million, multiple case studies where people are getting $1 million. If you only got 50 grand, if you only got 100 grand, what would that mean for your business? I don't know. You tell me. It means something different to every person. We used it to do this. We used one of our business credit cards that we got using this process to do this. This is our leads. We ran some ads cheap. We figured out what works, and then we scaled. That's what we used our credit card for. We went from 1,000 leads to 6,000 leads to 8,000 leads and climbing. And we built an 8-figure business doing it. That's what we used one credit card for. We actually, we used another credit card to do this, different time period. So we came in and we were able to take advantage of marketing and advertising opportunities, and we deployed them and we scaled. We went from $925,000 a month in revenue, $973, up to $1.5 million. That's what we did with it. So I don't know what you're going to do with yours, but that's the kind of results that we got using one business credit card to scale, to test, and then scale what worked. So how much would you invest to get unlimited access to capital through business credit? Well, you can see how much it's worth. I mean, we talked about over 23K worth of value. Even maybe I'll sell to you for 10 grand. Right? That sounds like a deal. Like even then you're getting a pretty big discount. But I'm going to do something I've actually never done with Fundability before on any training ever. We just introduced Fundability not so long ago. It's not something we usually discount. But today, I'm going to give you a 30% discount if it's something you're interested in. So if you're interested in working with Fundability, with our coaches, with our team, with our software, we're going to get you a year's worth of access. And by the way, you only need it for a year, because after a year, your fundability is solid, your business credit is solid. Then we move to kind of a maintenance level because you don't need the full system. So we're going to discount it by basically 30%. And for the purpose of this actual trading today, you're able to get it for $19.97. Now, you can only get it by calling. I literally, if you go to our website right now, you won't even find this. Like, it doesn't even exist. I tried to give you a web page to go to. My marketing guy's out. I couldn't even get it built in time. So all you have to do is give us a call. You can check out creditsuite.com. But again, you're only going to find our normal pricing. You're not going to find this discounted rate there. You can also break it down into 5 monthly payments, $497 a month. So you can break it down into 5 payments that are affordable. And if you happen to have a 600 Equifax score and $40,000 a year in revenue, we've got a company called Credit Key that will finance it for you. They will actually finance it for you. They break it down over like 12 months. So your payments are like a couple $100 a month, and they report to Dun & Bradstreet. Your first account can actually be a credit line, and you can use the credit line for other things than just buying with us. So a lot of our clients get a $10, $5, $20, $30,000 credit line. We've seen $50,000 credit lines from Credit Key. They use that credit line for other things, use it to enroll with us, build business credit with Dun & Bradstreet while actually being able to get started with us. Pretty cool. You got to have $40,000 in annual revenue or $600 with Equifax to get it. Otherwise, we finance that for you. Now, I'm also going to throw in how to get free money from grants. Our finance specialist won't help you get grants. Like, that's a whole different world. But I want you to succeed. So I looked, couldn't find anything among grants that existed that was good. It was all really aged. So I literally created from scratch a grants course that teaches you how to get local grants, state grants, federal grants. It actually gives you the training on grant proposal framework, creating an actual business plan. It gives you a master list of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of different grants that are available for you as well. So I'm throwing in that for you as well, so you're able to get grants for your business. And if you do want to raise money from private investors, and by the way, I could give you the pages to buy these, you would see legitimately that both of these are, and I will, while I go through Q&A, I'll show you these actual pages. They are $1,000. If you go to buy either one of these individually, they are $1,000. So I'm also going to come in and help you raise private money from venture capitalists and angel investors as well, and throw in our private equity course with thousands and thousands and thousands of investors and all the training you need on getting venture capital. It's raising money for course overview, the venture capital firms, dirty little secrets, where to find the best venture capitalists, discovering the 6 stages of private equity. I mean, everything you need to get money, crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding platforms, from angel investors to venture capital. I'm throwing that in as well. All in all, it looks like this. So as I said, invest in yourself or stay on the path that you're on. I don't know. Is the path that you're on working for you? That's the thing to really keep in mind. Look, the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, when even if it does half of what I'm claiming, it will still pay for itself 10 times over when you start getting your initial approvals. Something to keep in mind. So again, you're getting that fundability foundation, the business credit blueprint, the financing fortunes, the fundability, business credit, and funding matrices, the affordable business credit reports, the coaching call, the finance specialist as well. Okay, you're getting everything that comes with that fundability system that I've shown you. And also, for the first 20 that come in, I'm getting you access to those matrices, to the actual coaching, to the business credit reporting data, to the grants courses, to the 2 courses as well. And here's what it looks like. You're getting a 30% discount and the extra bonuses as well, which, by the way, the bonuses are worth as much as you're paying, actually more than that. And you're also able to break it down into payments as well, as low as $497. And by the way, if that's too much, if $497 is too much, then talk to our team. Our team can actually work with you to get even lower payments, because we've got options without coaching. We've got Credit Key. We've got a lot of those options for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up to questions. I want to make sure that I'm here to answer any and all questions that you may have. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat. I want to make sure that I am able to get them all answered today, okay? And we talked about this. Is it based on personal credit? All that I talked about today, you can get without a personal credit check and without a personal guarantee. So we've talked about that several times. And again, if you have questions, type them into the chat. I will get a lot of yeses. Yes, 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 yes. Thanks to you, my partner and I are building our. Thanks to you, my partner and I are building our credit for our business. Angel, congratulations, that's awesome. Quinn says, "Hey, I have an EIN, Dun and Bradstreet, and 2 active accounts, Chase and Citi, with Apple Small Business. I wish I would have reached out to you sooner." That's good. Keep in mind, Quentin, pull your business credit reports and make sure those are reporting, because Chase offers a lot of credit cards and so does Citi, and very few of them report. So make sure that you actually see those accounts in your business credit reports, because I have a lot of people in my circle that have very, very successful businesses, 7, 8, and 9 figure. I do. I'm part of multiple masterminds. I was just last month in 2 masterminds with 2 different groups of people that are at that level, all 7 to 9 figure business owners. And I can tell you that every one of them I met one-on-one, their approvals weren't as high on those credit cards as they should have been, because their fundability wasn't where it should have been and their business credit wasn't where it should have been. And once we did those things and walked them through the system, they turned around and got significantly higher approvals, and we helped them get accounts that report to the business reporting agencies, not the consumer. So Quentin, look and see where those accounts are reporting. It's very important. Okay. And Quentin says, "Hey, awesome platform that helps you remove the guesswork. I appreciate that." Lucas, is there anything included that you mentioned today? We talked about that, everything. Yes, everything I've talked about today is included. So everything is there. Now listen, full disclosure here, okay? This is legitimately valid by the end of the day today. So if you want in, you've got to get with our team today to get in. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. You can enroll and get fundability anytime you want to get fundability. It's $2,997 is typically what you're going to find. So it's about $2,500 to $3,000, depending on how you're actually paying normally. So again, our normal one pay price is $29.97. So if you come tomorrow or Thursday or Friday or next week and say, "Hey, I saw this thing on YouTube and I want to get it," it's not something our team does. Like, you're not even going to find this pricing. So the discount is valid through today. And also, all of the bonuses are valid through today. So when we talk about the actual the 2 courses, and I'm going to show those to you, by the way, as well. When we talk about those 2 courses, for example, when we talk about the additional coaching and the finance specialist, all of that is what only comes today. So you can enroll. So yes, everything I showed you is included for today, including the discount. But if you come tomorrow or next week, you can still enroll with this. You're just not going to get all the bonuses, the courses, everything else that comes with that. And I want to answer any other questions you have, but I'm going to pull this up for you real quick. This is our member center. Here's our grants course, for example. And you can see here that this is the course overview. Here's everything to do with grants here. I can go to local grants. And again, I can't do that because I didn't complete the other modules, but you're able to come in and you're able to access the actual downloadable guide. These are all short trainings here that you're able to access as well. So you're able to get all the training you need. I'm trying to find the grant list too. I don't know where that grant list is for downloads, but you're able to get all the downloads as well, including the master course list for grants. And also your venture capital course is available to you in here as well. So this is called our member center. And our member center gives you access to all these courses, all this additional training that you get. And the way that we look at it is that we want you to actually have access to the stuff like we don't do. Like, we're not going to set you up with a venture capitalist. So because of that, we want to make sure that you actually have access to the training on how to do that stuff instead. So that's where you're coming in and you're able to access all of the additional courses like the grants course or like the venture capital course. And this is called Private Money Funding Secrets. And this is the other thing that we're giving away today. So it's, again, this this course outline. You can see a course overview, angel investing, where to find angel investors, venture capital, what private money really are looking at, their dirty little secrets, where to find the best VC firms, private equity crowdfunding platforms. So everything you need to succeed, we're giving you access to as well. So the short answer to your question is yes, all of that is included with the program. Not normally, but today that is everything that we're actually putting in there. Okay, so can this be for a new LLC that I'm about to set up? Yes, I love that question. So let's talk about this. This is actually, I think, exceptionally easy for a new business. Let's say you're just launching a brand new business. You know what you do? Start right here. Bam, there we go. It literally walks you through step by step every single thing you would need to do to set up the business the right way where it's actually credible. So you're able to actually come through and enter all the information, and this will tell you as you're setting up your business, like how to do it the right way. So you're setting up your business the right way right from the beginning. So some people are going to have to go back and make changes to be able to set up their business where they're fundable. But if you're launching a brand new business, you're able to go through step by step every single thing that that's involved with setting up your business, see how fundable it is, and set it up the right way. By the way, what I think is interesting about this is one of my buddies, Ryan, owns a company, and this is what they do right here. They charge $2,000 just for business setup, to set up all the stuff for the business. To help them do it, they charge $2,000. That's just part of our system. So that alone is something that, and again, I think I'm sharing. Yeah. So that alone is something that you'd end up spending thousands of dollars for, but that actually comes with this. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. You do. We can actually help set up a brand new LLC. And Quincy said, wish I knew about all this a year ago. I know I hear that a lot. Hopefully my financial situation changes. I can subscribe. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. But anything we can help you. And again, as Quentin's saying, hey, look, if payments here aren't even affordable, still get with us. We've got a lot of options that aren't here, like options without coaching or credit key, where payments are half of this amount. So $497 a month is breaking the bank, or what $1997 one pay is. Don't worry. We've got other options that will work for you, but I can't help you unless we can't help fix problems we don't know about. So give us a call and we could talk about a specialized payment plan just for you as well. And Shadiah says, hey, even if we get the program another day, is it still good price? You can still get the program at any time, but just keep in mind that it normally is $29.97. When you talk to our team, this is what they'll tell you it is. And then usually instead of 5 months, I think you're paying 7 months of $497 typically. So you can get with us at any time. You're just not getting the discount if you're doing it another time other than today, and you're not getting the bonuses. But yes, outside of that, you can absolutely get started with us at any given time. And Shadiah says, hey, can I learn the system and actually become a coach or teach business credit as a side gig later? Yes, absolutely you can. We are the biggest in what's called the partner space. So we actually help people get into the business of offering business credit and lending. And if you actually do go to our website, creditsuite.com, I'll actually walk you through there right now. If you go to creditsuite.com, I don't think I did that right. I think I missed a T there. It would have pulled it up for me. Creditsuite.com. Okay, and you go to right here. If you go to, let me see if actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to partners. And I can see right here about the partner program. This is where you basically make money offering business credit and lending. And you're able to see all of our partner options right here. You're able to get pricing, everything involved with our partner program. And the partner program is where you offer business credit and financing as a service. So you get everything you need to successfully offer business credit and financing as a service. Yes, that is something we do. Shadiah, I hope I pronounced that correctly. So that is something we absolutely can help you with there as well. Okay, so Ty, you're saying you can get help us find funding for a new LLC. I have low credit scores and no upfront money to put in for your package. Okay, so here's the easiest way to explain it. I look at money two ways. I look at lending, loans, and credit lines, and then I look at business credit. So to answer your question, and it's 314 like IEN or something like that, or LN. Okay, so to answer your question, anybody can get business credit. Right now is a brand new LLC credit issues. You can get business credit. You can get a $5,000 credit card to start your business. You can get a $10,000 Staples credit card. You can get a $15,000 Apple credit card. You get $5,000 at Best Buy. You can get credit card limits, high credit card limits at any retailer without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check. Your credit's not even looked at. You could be a brand new business. You can get any of that. And you can continue to get more and more approvals. And can you get higher and higher and higher approval months? You can do that right now, no matter how bad your credit is. You have no cash flow. Anybody can do that. Okay, if you follow our system, that's the result you will get. Now, the second part of that is lending. And lending are loans and credit lines. And in order to get a loan or a credit line, you have to have a lendable strength. And a lendable strength is cash flow, credit, or collateral. So if you say, my credit's bad, I don't want to leave my middle finger as the last finger up, okay? So my credit's bad, I take that away. I don't have good credit. If I don't have any cash flow, I take that away. Now, I've only got really a couple options left. The first option is if my credit's bad, I can use a guarantor. So I could use a family member, a friend to sign as a guarantor. That would get me money, lending right away. The other option is collateral, and that can be stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs. It could be cryptocurrency. It could be real estate. Most assets can be served as collateral to get lending as well. So to answer your question directly, and again, you don't have a name here. I just see 3114 Lynn. The answer to your question is, yeah, you can get unlimited amounts of business credit. Whether you can get lending or not, I don't know enough about your scenario to tell you that. I can only tell you that if you have credit issues and no revenue, you need to have a guarantor that has good credit or some kind of asset that can be served as collateral to get lending, to get a loan or a credit line. So hopefully that best answers your questions. And this is amazing. Valencia says, I'm ready. Valencia, I look forward to working with you. That's awesome. And gentleman says, hey, is this package for business owners or for partners? This is for business owners. So this is for you to be able to get money for your business. If you want to become a partner, no problem. Go to Credit Suite or just give us a call. We can talk to you about that. Or go to creditsuite.com, click on partner, and you can be able to see all the information about being a partner. And what a partner is a partner allows you to have the ability to offer business credit and lending to your customers. We do all the servicing. We provide the software. You sell at retail. You pay us wholesale. Our average partner makes $2,000 to $3,000 in profit on every sale they make. That's called our partner program. So you decide, maybe you just want to get money for your business and business credit and improve your fundability and, basically get the money that you need to grow your business, led in large part by business credit. Well, then you just grab this. This is exactly what you want. Maybe you want to get all that stuff and offer it as a service. And you can definitely do that too. It's about $5,000 and higher to do so. You can learn about pricing and how that all breaks down on our website, creditsuite.com, by just clicking pricing. And if you are a partner, then you're offering software, you're offering coaching like that to your customers. So that's the difference between this program and our partner program. Our partner program is where you get the money for your business, but you're also offering it as a service. So hopefully that provides you some questions there as well. Okay, and how much funding for 0% APR is realistic for a new LLC? It depends on how high the credit limits are right now in your account. So business credit limits go up to about $50,000 limits per card. How high your limits are on the business credit cards with no personal guarantee credit check is based on how much you're actually applying for and using. Like Christine got $1 million because she didn't just go get a bunch of business credit cards. She got the credit cards and used them. She got Home Depot. She got Lowe's. She used them. Then the next approvals she got were higher and higher and higher and higher. So you can get credit without a personal guarantee credit check and limits of 10 to 50 grand. Limits are going to go up. The more credit you get, the more you're using that credit. Now, the second part of your question, Lucas, is, hey, you can get 0% cards right now, credit lines. We call it credit line hybrid, to be able to fund a brand new startup business. And that, how much money you get, is based on the highest limit you have on your personal credit cards right now. The average approval I see is over $60,000. So we see a brand new startup business with that program typically get over 60 grand, up to 150 grand. But it depends on how high the credit limit accounts you have are in your credit report right now. So there's two different options I gave you. One, we build business credit. We don't care about personal guarantees. We don't need personal credit checks. We're going to get higher limits. The more credit we get, the more credit we use. The other option is lending. It's getting credit lines right now at 0%. Which you could get it right now as a startup at 0%. That option's based on good personal credit. Unlike business credit that doesn't care your credit quality, this option does look at personal credit. Your credit would have to be good. You'd have to have a good credit guarantor, one or the other. And that approval on average is $60,000. But we see clients approved for $100,000, $150,000 on that account, depending on how high your credit limits are. So hopefully that helps answer your question. And then can we liquidate these? Yeah, you can liquidate them. And by liquidating them, everybody that doesn't know what that means, it means take the cash out of the cards at 0%. A lot of people do this in real estate. So a lot of our real estate investor clients take the cash out, and then they use that cash to be able to buy properties, for example. So yes, you absolutely, and Lucas just said, to invest in real estate. So that's what I just said. It's very common to invest in real estate. So yes, you absolutely can. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, don't worry. I'm not leaving you hanging. Just give us a call, 877-600-2487. Don't forget, you can get fundability from us at any time. But today, we're giving a 30% discount where you're able to get it from $2,997 down to $1,997. And you're also able to break it down into only payments of 5 payments of $497. Now, if you say, Ty, I'd love to do this. I want the bonuses. I want fundability. I want the coaching. I want the finance specialist. I want all of that. And by the way, The business credit reports aren't free. It's like $69 a month for the credit monitoring. It's not even for us. It's for the actual cost of the real reports from the lenders. But I wanted to add that in. I didn't want that to believe to be it was free. It's $69 a month for the lender reports, and that's not paid to us. Like we have to pay that to the lender or to the actual credit card or the credit bureau or the person that congregates the bureau data into one source. So, but remember, through today, you're getting the 30% discount, getting as low as $19.97. You're taking it from 7 payments normally down to 5 payments. You're getting the bonuses, including the matrices, including getting access to that Bureau Insight reporting data at a discount, and also including the business credit coaching, the finance specialist, and the 2 courses as well, the grants course and venture capital course. All that's being added in today as well as the discount. All you have to do is give us a call to talk more. If you can't afford it, don't worry. We'll work out payments for you. You just have to give us a call and talk that through with us. Otherwise, you can still get started with this. You just don't get all the extra goodies, bonuses, discount, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Thank you for being an awesome host, Quentin. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for coming in. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So if you have any questions, give us a call, 877-600-2487. If you want to apply for Credit Key, build business credit through Dun & Bradstreet, and get a really low payment, give us a call. We can talk through that with you as well. If you want customized payment, give us a call. We can talk through that with you as well. Or you can just go and give us a call and we can talk to you a little bit more, answer any questions you have, and get you started with a 30% discount and give you the bonuses as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side when we're helping you get business credit and lending to grow.